Hi, I'm Maggie,
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
a very bookish podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 49 of a very bookish podcast. 40 fucking 9.
49.
Like, oh my god, next week is gonna be 50. And then we have like 3 more episodes until we have like a year. A fucking year.
That's insane. You know, if we hadn't done those midweek episodes, I think our 50th would have been our year.
No, because a year is 52 weeks. So I think we still.
We skipped a couple though.
Oh, we did. Oh yeah, it would have. Dude, we had to get those ACOTAR episodes out. Like that, we'll talk about it in like our recap of the year. But those episodes are
That
rough.
whole month was
It
something.
was a tough one. Well,
So
guys, hey guys. So today is just gonna be like a little episode. We're gonna talk about the recent release Dune, which is inspired by the book. I actually have the book with me right here. Berkeley sent it to me, which I was like, Berkeley, I'm a romance reader. I'm not gonna read a sci-fi book.
hey,
I'm
and
giving it to my dad.
you know it's crazy. It's just like there's like this thing about like TV or movie adaptation
Oh yeah.
covers. I am half with that because like certain ones that I'm okay with, and then other ones I'm like, oh,
I'm okay with this one if it didn't have the fucking sticker. If it didn't have the sticker, I think it would be good because it's very like it's a very plain one where it doesn't, and the pages are actually kind of like really thin, kind of those nice like pages. It sounds good.
Every time I see like motion picture covers, I think about my Twilight cover.
Oh my gosh.
Which do you want to see it? Actually, I recently found it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, I think I really liked the actual like Shadow and Bone and the Six of Crows ones that they did when also Shadow and Bone released like 6 months ago. Like thinking about that, I'm like, how the fuck was that only 6 months ago? I feel like it's time to rewatch. But no, I like some of the covers, but most of them I don't like because they have like the stickers on them. Oh my gosh, Grace is smiling. Oh my god. That thing has been loved. For our audio listeners, Grace is showing her paperback of Twilight, and it's Edward and Bella on the cover, and the spine is creased.
It's like,
is that a mass market?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So the quick story with this cover, this book edition that I have. When I first started reading Twilight, God, why does Twilight come up in most of our
every episode?
When I first started reading Twilight, my sister gave it to me. Not my sister, but she's my best friend.
Your best friend.
I grew up with her.
Those who know it's your sister.
Yeah,
your best
friend.
And
she was always part of the family, so we kind of adopted her, and she just became my sister. So when I talk about my sister, it's my best friend. Well, that friend. And why did I say that? Because I have my best friend and then I have my sister. It's two different things. Don't think that she's not my best friend. Anyways, I read her copy of Twilight. And she gave it to me and she let me read it, which I don't know where that one is. Oh wait, no, I don't know where that one is. And then she gave me the rest of them to read because she had already read them, but she wasn't obsessed with them or whatever. And then a friend of my dad, or a family friend who also had like a daughter and they had kids, we would always hang out together. His daughter was also obsessed with Twilight and knew that I really enjoyed it. And my sister did not have Breaking Dawn, but family friend's daughter did have Breaking Dawn. Let me use it. I read it. For Christmas, family friend decided to give me the mass paperback edition. It's
so shiny.
Edition of Twilight, and you can clearly see how loved it's been. It has creases everywhere.
Does it tell you what edition?
gosh.
Is that old? You can't even read
Wow,
the
what is
print.
that? Where do you see what edition it is?
It should have like a number on it.
Well, what's the number? The ISBN number?
No, that's just the ISBN number.
Which number?
Well, it should say like edition, like first print. It should be towards the bottom. Usually there's like 1 through 10 or something like that.
Oh, it's 2 through 10.
Yeah, so it's the second edition.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so soft. Like, look, with mass paperback editions, I don't mind it getting.
Yeah, I don't
this.
either. Yeah.
Because I don't know, it just feels more.
You
real.
have to. You have to do it with those because, like, okay, I'm bringing up my J.R. Ward. So I have my J.R. Ward books are like the only books that have creases in them because I'm sorry, I have tiny hands, yes, but can I fucking read like this? Like I was reading Dark Lover like this.
You have to go
Like I'm sorry, no,
turn
I
it
have
to
to
the side.
I have to. I'm gonna ready.
No, don't do it. Oh. Hey, that's better. Because like you got mad at me for creasing The Witcher, which I still have not read.
I remember, dude. That was like a year ago when we talked about that.
Yeah, that was.
That was on live when you were talking about that. Now I'm
You
okay
got
with
mad
it.
at me. Yeah, now you're fine with it, suspiciously. But when I did it,
I do it because I was so because I was always so scared of like creasing my books because it's like I pay for them. Like I don't want them creasing to be damaged. But then I watch a lot of when I was on my book talk account, I would like watch a lot of like people like creasing and like really like they were like this is how I show love to my books is like using them and like annotating them and like showing my love of the book by like just basically destroying it. Not destroying it, but like just showing that it's well
but
used.
just like using it. It's like you having something that's meant for a use and you never use it. It's just kind of there.
Yeah.
It's like so I'm also on like shoe refurbishing
Yes.
TikTok. And this dude has like these like old editions of like Nike shoes, Jordans, whatever, special edition sneakers.
Mhm.
And they're old. And he buys them and like the whole bottom rubber sole of it is like destroyed because shoes have to be worn.
Yeah.
And if you don't wear them, they deteriorate essentially after many, many years. This is after like 30 years, you know?
Mhm.
And so he's just like, you know, if you were to have this shoe, one being shelved just to look at, and then another one that is actually being worn and used, the one that's being worn is going to like be in a better condition than the one that is not.
Yeah, because you loosen up everything and like you like yes you get wear and tear but it's like it becomes more flexible versus like it just sitting up and it comes kind of like brittle. Yeah. I love looking at like refurbishing like shoes and stuff or like the guys who will like they'll like make their own like custom Nikes through like older shoes and then I always see the comments like I can't believe they worn them and stuff and it's like well that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, to wear them.
But not with my books.
Same thing with books. And the same with books. Read them.
I think
crack that spine.
I think it'd be okay if I took. I think I like having like nice books for videos and stuff because it's like it's just aesthetically pleasing and clean, or like with photos and stuff. So there are though like some of my like Tate James like Madison Kate series books.
Drop it. That's why it's all messed up.
They're all kind of creased a little bit because they're like those like flimsy like I feel like the glossy covers are so much easier to damage than the like matte covers for some reason.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't like the paper. I like mass paperback editions. I'm slowly becoming not so much of a fan of like the bigger editions, like the bigger covers and hardcovers. It's just not. It's not my vibe anymore.
I'm not a hardcover person anymore. I used to be with YA. I was a hardcover, but I think with romance, I come to love paperbacks because you can fit more paperbacks on a shelf. They're cheaper. Actually, though, sometimes like paperbacks, like romance, are just the exact same as like a hardcover YA. Sometimes they're like $16, but
depending indie books and things like that.
Yeah, but like my J.R. Ward is like $8.99 for a fucking almost $700 700 page. Well, this one's only 500, but like almost a 600 page book.
Mhm.
$9, like almost basically like Kindle. You could get down to Kindle prices when I have my Barnes and Noble employee discount. Lore of Olympus is in physical book.
Yes.
I called my Barnes and Noble back home, and I called them and I was like, "Hey, get me that Barnes and Noble like exclusive edition. Put it on hold for me." I had my mom go pick it up for me. I told her like, "Hey, I have a book. It came in. I ordered it like while I was at work. Do you think you can like buy it for me, please?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Great." So it's just on hold. So I got Lore of Olympus. Like I was gonna pre-order it, but I was like, I'm gonna wait. And then my Barnes and Noble that I worked at, they posted it on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, I want the exclusive edition.
I really want it, and I just couldn't decide if I wanted the Barnes and Noble exclusive edition or what. But I think I am gonna get the Barnes and Noble exclusive edition. Lore of Olympus was like one of the first things I started reading. Like Night Circus was the first book that got me into reading, like
Yeah.
this past
Mhm.
year. But I actually started with webtoon. I
Yep.
started with like
manga.
Sub-Zero,
Oh, Sub-Zero is
Lore of
getting
Olympus.
good. Okay, Sub-Zero, can we talk about the amount of sexual tension that Sub-Zero has and the amount of teasing that author loves to just tease us, and it's just like nothing happens and you're like,
And then I love that like certain chapters have like music to it, and
oh
I'm
my,
just like,
okay, when they do that, I was reading Purple, I forgot, it's like a flower hyacinth. I think, yeah. It's like a murder mystery romance. There's like a romance subplot in it, but it's really a murder mystery. And they would have like music and stuff, and it's amazing. Webtoons I like really got into, and manga was really what I was reading beginning of quarantine, and then I started reading like a manga a day, and I would get through like 200 like of the like chapters, and then that's when I bought Throne of Glass while I was reading manga, and then Throne of Glass came in, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just read books now, and so it really
yeah.
did like push me into
It
it.
started. It always starts with the pretty pictures, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna get Lore of Olympus very, very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been reading lately?
So, recently I just finished Tessa Bailey's Window Shopping.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute. Didn't realize it was a novella because when I got it in the mail, because I ordered it a while ago. I don't even remember ordering it. And I got it, and I was like, when did I order this? I don't
It-
even, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I ordered it while I was drunk one time.
You probably did.
Honestly, I got margaritas and I've been really
Hey.
happy.
It's better that than you like drunk texting people.
Oh yeah, that still
Yeah.
happens. But I read that. That took me like 4 days to read, or like 3 days to read. I'm still on Mafia Queen by CD
Mm-hmm.
Reese. I don't know how to. Let me grab
I want
it.
to say it's Rice.
Rice, Reiss, Reese.
I don't know.
Rice. CD. She's actually on TikTok. I didn't know that when I got sent this by Page Press. She was on TikTok, and I looked at her TikTok, and so I was like, she has like 38K followers. I was like, I've never seen you before. I'll follow you. But I really like it. That's what I've been reading. My next read is either gonna be the second in the Brutal Birthright, because I got Kindle Unlimited for $30 for 6 months. So it was like half off. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it on my credit card. And then I just got this in today. Be Still My Heart
I've
by
seen that.
Emily McIntyre, and then Sav R. Miller. I read Promises and Pomegranates. It's another like dark romance. She falls in love with like the person of interest, kind of thing. So I'm really excited about that. And then I'm also gonna read. I just want to read those three during
Dang,
November.
girl.
The Hookup Dilemma. I want
Okay,
to read
I've seen
this.
that one too.
I got sent it by Entangled, and it looks so cute. It's like first responders, plus POC rep. So I'm excited to read it. But yeah,
definitely looks a lot opposites attract.
And then
I don't know who sent me this. I got it in the mail, and I was like, I didn't order this. And there was like a thank you note, but it was blank, and I was like,
it wasn't me. It should have been me, but it wasn't me.
So I have the Maddest Obsession. So those are like the 4 books I want to get done. But it's gonna take me. I'm gonna read like a book a week is what I'm gonna probably though.
The Maddest Obsession just became an audiobook.
Oh, I also have another book.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait. But this one's like I have it in audiobook, which 3 of these are in audiobook because 2 of them are through your Audible, and then one of them is through mine that I got for free. But A Shadow in the Ember.
Oh, I don't know when I'm gonna read that.
I have the audiobook, so you can just sign into my Audible and read it.
Okay.
But yes, those are the 4 books that I want to read. 5 books I want to read this month. What about you, Grace?
So
You're like,
I am.
Are you still reading?
I am reading. So if you guys don't know, after like the whole Brutal Birthright series, reading all of that back to back, I hit like a reading slump because just nothing was giving what I wanted. Coming off of Brutal Birthright series, it was definitely like a high coming back down to earth kind of thing. So I haven't been able to really like grip onto anything lately. I've tried many different things, and I hate starting books and not being in the mood and then DNFing. I don't want to do that because then I feel like it taints that book.
Dude,
and I don't like doing that.
I have been DNFing like series. Like I'll read like the first 2 books and I've DNF'd like the last book, or like I'll read the first book and I have the full series and I have not finished it, and I'm just like, ugh.
I hate doing that. So that's why I have not been picking up anything. But I recently finished
Sophie Lark's There Are No Saints.
The Rebel from Sophie Lark.
Oh, yes.
So I recently finished The Rebel, which was really, really good.
Is that
really
the last
enjoyed
book?
It's the first one in Kingmakers.
Wait, I thought The Heir is the first one.
Oh yeah. I'm going to start The Rebel. Thank you.
I know. I was like, no.
Why am I saying that?
I know.
I just finished The Heir, and I'm going to start The Rebel.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to start The Rebel. I just finished The Heir in Kingmakers, and then I was going to start The Rebel. Mm-hmm. But before that, I wanted to read There Are No Saints, which is the new duet that Sophie Lark just came out, which is about 2 artists who everybody knows as artists, but then undercover, under the low, they're both serial killers, and they both zero in on this one girl, and one of them becomes very infatuated with her while the other one is bent on killing her. So Cole obviously has to keep an eye on her, and romance builds.
It's a stalker romance, so it's so heavy
good.
Trigger warning.
It's very, very dark.
It's
very dark.
So that's why I was surprised that you're reading it.
I know. And with some parts, I'm kind of like,
it's not that dark. Like, it's not like Promises and Pomegranates.
It's not that dark.
It's darker. There Are No Saints is not as dark as Promises and Pomegranates. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So I could see. I enjoyed it. We're gonna talk about it good. I hope we get them to talk about the second book, because the second book is coming out December. So I need to email them because
we're hoping to get Ryan and Sophie back on in December when the second book in this duet series comes out, and then we can talk with them about this. But just like a quick little update on it, I've been reading chunks of it at a
Mhm.
time. And it's so hard because like when I really want to sit down and read, I always have to do something and it's like fuck.
Mhm. And it's
And
not
then
an
like
audiobook, is it?
no, it's not. It's not going to be on audiobook for a few months.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works. Like I feel like right now she's working on her Kingmakers, getting that
Yeah.
into audiobooks, so waiting for that
Yeah.
and so on. But it's
Is
really
it
really
not?
good. I'm about 70% through. I
Wait.
just passed the tattoo scene, which is
Okay, hold
good.
on. Skip ahead for like 30 seconds. If you have not read There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark, please skip ahead 30 seconds. I'm going to ask Grace a quick question.
Okay.
What did you think about the painting? The
The
painting
body
scene?
painting, the
Yeah.
best night of my life. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Dude,
I want to do that.
I saw a
I want
body
to do it.
painting like canvas ad on TikTok and I just tagged Sophie Lark.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
here
Yep.
you go, sis.
Yep. That's exactly that scene. I totally want to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyways, so yes, I'm enjoying it very very much. It's different and there are a lot of trigger warnings, so I will put this out there for people who haven't read it yet and people who are interested in it. There is trigger warnings for a lot of blood and gore. There's kidnapping and binding, um unconsensual body modification.
I mean, there's literally like literally like they're two serial killers. Like there
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of gore. There is a lot of like
There's
there's a
intense
huge
stalking,
there's intense stalking. There is a literal like attempted murder
and
scene and
there's
mutilation scene.
mention of self-harm,
Yeah.
past self-harm. What else? I want to say that there's also like hinting at like, don't tell me though, that hinting at childhood SA, but I don't know. Or just manipulation.
Yeah. It does hint at that.
Yeah, it just hints at it. So if you're sensitive to the topic, it
If
kind
you're
of like,
sensitive to like childhood traumas,
yeah, it kind
that's
of like it's if it happened before, but it's just like bringing up things now. Anyways, that's what I'm reading. After I finish There Are No Saints, I'm going to go back into Kingmakers and dive into Rebel, and then finish my way through the rest of the Kingmaker series. And yeah,
wait. So all of the Kingmaker series isn't an audiobook yet?
no, it's not. The Brutal Birthright series is. That's
Is
the 6-book series
okay,
that
because
it
I'm
is.
gonna read that and I'm gonna use your Audible.
Yeah. By the time you get to Kingmakers, I feel like it will be
Because
releasing an audiobook.
I'm probably not gonna read it until December, like all of it.
Yeah. I don't yeah, it's gonna be a while before you get to it, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to I'm going home. I'm home to Dallas. I'm not actually going home for Thanksgiving. So like I'm gonna be home alone in my apartment for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's.
Mm.
I mean, I'm fine with it. New Year's, one of my friends who is coming back, she's gonna be in her apartment, so we'll spend it how like we spent together this New Year's, literally going to bed at 10 p.m. and reading. But so I think I'll have like December. I'm hopefully gonna work at another residence hall that's apartment, basically, which they're open yearly, even through Christmas break. So I'll hopefully work there. So I'm just gonna be sitting at the desk for like 5, 6, 7 hours. I can get in two of the books in that time.
Yeah,
So
for sure. You'll be fine.
so you're gonna read the Kingmakers. Is there any other series that you're gonna read next?
I have a lot of standalones that I need to get through. I am also going to be reading How to Survive a Modern Day Fairy Tale, which is by author Elle Cruz.
I thought she sent it to you.
She just sent it to me. Yeah, it releases in November 3rd. It releases on November 30th. She's a fellow SoCal resident,
Mhm.
and it's been really fine. I like fun. Sorry, fun chatting with her. Like she's always like interacting with my stories and always
Mhm.
messaging me, and like we've gotten really close chatting. And then she told me like, "Hey, I want to send you my book," and I was just like, "For sure."
Dude, like I wish I lived somewhere like big like that where like there's a lot of authors. I'm in buttfuck nowhere in Nebraska, as we all know. Like there's no authors near me. I'm literally in the middle of the country. Like
Hey, there might be.
there
You
might
just
be.
haven't met them yet.
That's
Because
true.
I didn't know that Elle was here.
Yeah. But also
But
it's like LA. There's a lot of like
yeah, there's a well, she doesn't live in LA, but she lives
but like California, a lot of
within,
people live
yeah.
in. I mean,
Especially Southern California.
Southern California, but that's like they also have a huge population there. So
Yeah, I mean, we are the most populated state, so
yeah,
it
I'm
makes
like
sense.
Nebraska probably has like less people than Los Angeles alone. So
It's yeah,
like
probably.
Omaha's like population is like 500,000 people.
I want to know what your reaction is going to be when you guys come.
I've been to LA before.
And no, but not how I'm going to be with you.
Okay, I'm gonna be walking around like, oh. My parents are
I
going
want to
New
know what
York.
Eamon's going to think. Because Eamon, Chicago, so it's not, it's,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
but
going to be
no,
different.
Chicago's different. Chicago is a very like business. It's more of like when you walk down Chicago, it's yeah, there's a lot of people and stuff, but it's more of like business professionals, I would feel like, because it is such a heavy you have um what is it called? There's just huge business district there. And so outside of Chicago and like downtown Naperville where we were, that was cute and it was like fun to walk around and stuff. I have a draft from that. I have this draft of Eamon and I, and it's like we're in downtown Naperville and it looks like Mystic Falls. So I have
Oh,
Vampire Diaries like song playing and it's Eamon looking around and then she like bites her hand and then shoves it in my face. And I'm like, that's gonna be my first post back. It's just that. No context. People are gonna think I'm back in Chicago with her. The amount of times I have threatened to go to Chicago to see her, and she's like, "Do it."
she misses you. She misses you.
Dude.
That's her asking you to come visit her again.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, I left, and she like literally an hour later, she's like, "I'm in the bed smelling you," and I was like, "Eamon, that's so weird." But I love you. I know she was joking, but it was so funny. I just get the text and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, I mean, it's a 6-hour drive. I can do it.
You could do it.
Yeah.
Do it for winter break.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Dallas from like the 10th to the 12th. I'm literally going for like 48 hours, basically, less than that, for like a cookie party with my family, and then I'm coming back. But like my parents are going to New York for Thanksgiving. My godmother is coming into town and they're going to New York like the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be in school because I have like classes. I have like a test that like Friday before Thanksgiving, so like I can't leave. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go to New York, see her in New York, and then go to Dallas, and then we're going back home. And I'm like, I just don't see the point for me to stay all the way till Wednesday and then basically come home like Friday. And I'm like, so I'm gonna have hopefully like there's some people who like live in Hawaii who aren't going home for Thanksgiving. I know them in the residence hall, and I'm like, y'all can come stay at my apartment and like we can hang out and stuff. But
yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll figure.
I'm gonna read probably that.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, I'm gonna study too for finals because literally I have like finals like a week, like a week later. So it's crazy.
Okay,
dude, it's fucking November.
It's November.
Like, a year ago we were talking about starting the podcast.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like,
and we're here now.
We're here now. Like,
we're here now.
We haven't even like started talking about what we're gonna talk about.
I know we've gone on
shop updates. So we have all of our stickers up for sale now. So we have our author bundle. Fun fact, Grace was texting me to get the author bundle up. I was drunk out of my mind.
And then Carly messages me about like uploading the podcast. I'm like, dude, and then I'm like, I'm listening to it now. What do you mean?
So dude, I literally, Grace texted me, she's like, is the podcast up? I'm like 2 margs and like half a bottle of Fireball in, and I'm like, oh my god, I was like, the podcast for Spotify was up, through like our platform that we used to publish it audio only, but YouTube was still on private, and I was like, fuck me. And so I download YouTube Studio, sign into the podcast. I'm so tipsy. I don't even remember the night. Somehow managed to get the podcast up and then text you and say yes.
Because I was like, I wanted to watch it because I wanted to get that snippet of like Ryan talking.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, it's not up. What's going on? And so I text her. And look, me, I'm usually the type to like, I'm not on social media like most. I'll like scroll, but then I'll like be like, no, let me just close it, and that's it. I don't check anyone's stories really. I don't go on Snapchat stories or anything. So I didn't know what Maggie was doing at this time. And so then I'm just like, it's not up. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just me. And then I text her, and then she texts me back like maybe like 30 minutes later. It's like, yeah, it's up. And then I'm like, okay, let me check again. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's up. And then I started playing it, thought it was fine. Then later on, I finally start going through people's stories, and I'm just like, no wonder.
Oh,
This
I texted
girl
you within 10 minutes. It's 6:03. You're like, is the episode up? And I'm like, yes, at 6:14 p.m. And then at 7:50, you're like, did you add the pack to Etsy? And I didn't answer till Sunday.
I was like, okay. So a lot of interesting things. And then Carly messages me, and she's just like, hey, Maggie's not feeling so well. And then me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I bet she's not.
Dude, we were in bed by like 10 p.m. The amount of alcohol I consumed in 30 minutes on an empty stomach, bad idea. Bad idea.
I don't know what that's like. I'm going to try it one day to see, because I only drink around my aunt and my mom.
I don't drink. I drink, but like I drink like half a margarita. But then I'm bored, so I don't finish it. I just get bored. So that's why I was like chugging, because I was like, the event that we went to, I was like, I don't really want to be with like 200 plus people and hot and sweaty. I want to forget. And so I was like, bottoms up. And I puked, obviously, after getting in a car with like 3 other people in the back row. And I'm like squeezed in, because I'm the one plus size girl there. So I'm like squeezed in, and I'm like, ugh. And then we're like in the car, and then I'm like, oh.
You know what? The week of your 21st birthday, we'll do
A drunk.
tipsy, not drunk, a tipsy.
Okay, a tipsy.
A tipsy review episode.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be so chaotic.
Dude.
Well, more chaotic than this episode already is, because we said we're going to talk about Dune.
We haven't talked about Dune yet.
Okay,
but like, this is like our warm up, okay? We haven't talked in a while. Like,
we haven't. We literally, I think
don't ever
the
talk.
only time that we talk is like right before the episode starts.
Yeah. And then after.
And then after, because like our text messages are literally like podcast episode, shop episode. I mean, shop episode.
Literally trying to get ads for the shops, and it won't shop, and it won't let me. And I'm like, I don't know.
Business inputs. That's all our messages are.
Yeah,
that's
it.
But
it's like, we're so busy now. You started school.
Started school.
You have commissions going on, which I think we both understand that like we're both very busy people.
Yeah, we're like that. Like
we're the friends who like
the 2 ships sailing in the night, but they kind of wave at each other as they pass.
Yeah.
That's
and
us.
We just go around in circles.
Yeah, we just kind of like, hey, hey.
And I'm also like I'm off of TikTok right now. I went off for I'm taking a break, because it's like it's
a lot.
My mental health is really bad. Like I don't put a lot about that out in public, but I am really struggling. So having the podcast at least for this month will be nice. Because I love doing the podcast.
Yeah, so, she loves talking to me, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
That's really what this is.
Really what it is.
She doesn't like talking to anybody else. She only likes talking to me.
That's why we say it's a FaceTime. It's literally just the amount of times that we used to FaceTime. Like, But yeah, so I've taken a break from TikTok, which I'm so scared about. Like,
Don't
I know
be.
because like I put that video up because I'm like, I have a backlog of videos. I have so many fucking videos that like if you really want like content from me, literally go back like a year. I have so much content from the last year and a half. You can go. I literally my first draft of it, which TikTok like put under review, I was like, you can go back and look at my Star Wars tutorial videos too that I have up. They're still up. I have some makeup ones too. But it's just I need to get out of that mindset of like trying to push out content for other people and doing it just for me. And so that's why I'm taking this break is to like thinking about like what do I want to do with my TikTok and like finding that love again of like creating content because I feel like I've just been like following like the template that other people make and I want to figure out what works for me. My like Tessa Bailey video has been blowing up recently like like the day I was like putting up my video to leave, it gained like 10K views in like less than 12 hours and I was like, dude, I'm trying to leave, stop trying to keep me here. But yeah, I just
Calling you
want to
back.
I think I'm gonna
It's
like
toxic relationship 101.
Yeah,
Call them back when they feel like they're slipping away.
yeah, I definitely like but TikTok was like flagging. Like I put out a video and it was like a 3-minute video and I was like, hey guys, like I'm gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
like gone and stuff.
I didn't even get to watch it.
Yeah, and it immediately went under review and I was like, what the fuck? So I like it downloaded automatically. So I just deleted it and then put up the second one and it was up for like a minute. And I like was commenting and then I like copied it to like post about it. And then it was like and then I went back and it was like under review and I'm like, what the fuck? Like why is TikTok putting this video under review? And then I refilmed it. And the one I refilmed and put up, it was under review too for like an hour and a half. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So
It's okay.
yeah.
Take the break. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm probably honestly
That's why I don't I post like maybe once a week now. I don't do like that every other day thing anymore. And it's literally just like, if I feel like filming something, I'll film it.
Yeah.
Because that's my form of a break.
Yeah.
It's just like if I want to, then I will, because I don't spend time scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
I
spend
don't.
so much time scrolling through TikTok and I
Yeah.
get so many ideas that I'm like, oh my gosh, this audio would be perfect. And I just need a break.
Yeah. The only part that like I get mad at myself about is this, like if I find an audio from like straight TikTok or something else, something that's not book talk, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I could totally make this bookish.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, let me save the video, and when I feel like filming, I'll film it.
And then you forget.
And then no, it's not that I forget. It's just like 3 weeks later, someone
used it. That happens to me all the time, and I'm like, I'm not going to use it anymore.
Yeah, and they used it, and it's bookish, but it's not what I was thinking of doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, oh, now more people are, and then I'm just like, let me just wait until the sound dies down, and then it is what it is. But yeah, that's my form. It's just like posting whenever, and then like I don't really care. Right now, I like Bookstagram. Bookstagram is where it's at. Bookstagram is where it's at. If TikTok had stories, then yeah. But
if TikTok had stories, bitch, I thought they were going to introduce stories too.
I thought so too.
Dude,
I saw it on the testers and it didn't come through.
It didn't come through because like I've never seen, and I don't think, okay, when they do the testers, they don't do enough people with the testers. They literally like just need to put it out to everybody, because if TikTok had Insta stories, I would never be on Instagram. I'd be on TikTok because I have a wider platform on TikTok and I could get more people and I could ask more questions to like my like TikTok followers.
I have a bigger platform on TikTok, not that big, but a bigger platform on TikTok than I do Bookstagram. But on Bookstagram, I get more engagement.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Like, like the inbox. Like if they just had like up here where you could have like people
the requests.
Yeah, like not where like how it has like all activity. Like how Instagram it has like your feed, and then like it has like the Instagram stories. If they just put that in like the inbox, and they just put it like right up at the top, kind of how Instagram has it. So like everybody you follow, you'd see if they post something. That would make more sense, but because I think they just had it on the profile. They didn't have it like
Mm-hmm.
in like where like the inbox is,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't, nobody's gonna like go to somebody to look for it unless like they're an avid like follower. So,
Yeah.
well, you ready to talk about Dune?
So,
So guys,
so
we've been talking for 30 minutes now about
yeah.
this.
30 minutes, girl. It's 1:57.
Dude, maybe 40?
Yeah, I want to say like 45.
Yeah.
Almost pushing an hour. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We're probably not
If
gonna
you're
talk
still
about,
here, if you're still here,
we're gonna talk about
we're
Dune.
gonna talk about Dune.
Full spoilers ahead for Dune.
So, for the movie, we have not read the books.
No, they
We
sent me the book.
are
I-
cinema watchers at the moment.
So my dad is gonna read the book. I'm gonna give him my copy of it, and I'm gonna see what he says. But my dad is that we love Star Wars, and Star Wars is based
Mhm.
off of Dune. Like it's
100%.
literally
100%. I
like
mean,
the comparisons I
like,
got that you sent me. I was like,
oh my gosh. Okay, so like it's funny because like well, my whole family went to go watch it. But before we went to go watch it, we were trying to convince my dad to watch it because he's just
Mhm.
like, what is it about? Why are we gonna go watch it? And then
yeah,
mom was just like, come on, it's like Star Wars, not knowing anything about it. And I was just like, yeah, it's like Star Wars. It's like, on a desert planet. And like, there's, I only remember like stuff from the trailer. So I'm like, there's this family who's in charge of this planet and they're at the center of the galaxy. And of course, he's going to be some chosen one. And, you know, he has like some special power or
Mhm.
something. And, there's, it's like Star Wars, exactly like Star Wars. Come on, it's fine, Dad. You'll enjoy it. And then after, I did not realize how on point I was with that.
like Star Wars is based off of Dune. Like,
Yeah, though George Lucas never confirmed it, but he's just like, oh, he said It's just because they're both deserts, and it's just like, no, bro, no. The only thing is you got like lightsabers,
yeah,
and they don't. So far, so far.
yeah. But so Dune, I have
Dune.
seen it. I'm on my third time watching it.
I'm about to be on my third time. I just watched it 2 times.
Yeah, I
Shout out HBO Max for
Yes.
putting it with subtitles.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was talking with my dad about this, and I was like, HBO Max is doing really well with this. Like, they did a dual release, and they still hit like records in the box office because it's like you went to go see it in person, and then are now watching it because it's one of those videos where you have to like movies where
You have to watch it a bunch.
like a bunch of times, like really understand what's happening. Because Carly, my roommate, is watching it right now, and I'm having to explain it because she's not going to watch it again. So I might as well just explain what's happening. But then there's questions that she's asking. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I've watched it 3 times and I don't know. But
Mhm.
I really enjoyed this movie. Like,
I did too.
I enjoyed it.
That's
I think
pretty
it was. We were talking a little bit about it before we started the episode. It's definitely a world building. Like, it is the foundation for a series of movies.
Mhm.
It's the one that you have to watch to get what's happening and kind of see what's setting up for the story.
Yeah. It's a lot of like explaining. It's literally the first part of the book, and
part
it
one.
feels like the first part of a book. That's what it feels like. It feels like, the first part in a fantasy book where you're getting all of this like, social hierarchies and like kind of like
How the
their
world
methods for
works.
living,
Yeah.
all of everything. You're getting all of that in this movie, and you're getting like hints of foreshadowing of what's to come.
Mhm.
You're getting those little visions in here and there, and we're getting the story before the big change. So the big change happens at the end of the movie, which we'll get to that. But this movie is before the big change. So it's like, the main character is going through the story, and you see their life before something
Everything
changes
changes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they get their powers, before like they get transported to another
Somebody
world.
dies.
This
like
is the normal life. This is what we're at. We're seeing him with his parents, with their roles in like the government or whatever.
Yeah.
We're seeing the normal, and
Yeah.
then we start diving into a world where he doesn't know anything about, and that's going to be part 2.
Yeah.
So I feel like people don't get that.
Yeah, because like it doesn't happen till like an hour and a half in when the Harkonnens like attack and everything gets destroyed. That's like an hour and a half in, and it's like the first hour and a half is purely world building. Like it's setting up Paul, it's setting up Duke Leto, it's setting up Lady Jessica, it's setting up the Harkonnens and who they are, and like
And the
why they're on
Atreides.
Arrakis and Atreides, House Atreides, and the what is the order?
The shit. The
I know them.
I know them too.
It's Lady Jessica. She's a part of the feminine order that like
It's the
the people
let
who
me
have
pull
the
up what's
voice.
his name again.
Literally, okay, the voice is literally
The voice is
Force.
scary. It
the voice Carly was like, it's from like The Conjuring.
It freaked me out.
Oh.
When the mom did it in the ship when they were getting kidnapped,
Yes.
I was like, whoa, I jumped in the theater.
Yeah, well, because it's like it's that like creepy like magical thing, and it's like now when you watch it, you're like, oh my gosh, George Lucas really just took this and was like, the Force, the voice,
Dude,
the Force.
I was gonna say, where did I send you that video? But I can't find it.
Oh my gosh.
I think I sent it to my brother too.
Dude, I gotta
Literally,
bring up the
anything I send you, I send to my brother.
let me see.
Fucking crap.
Watch
This
me
is
just
gonna
open
irritate
the
me so
tweet.
much that I can't find it. Dude, I literally sent this to you, didn't I?
What is it? Yes.
Okay. They're called like the Dora.
That's no.
It starts with a D, woman.
It does and starts with a G. It's two words. D G. Oh, Benny Gesserit.
Bene Gesserit.
Gesserit. Yeah, Bene.
You can tell how much we really don't know about this.
Benny Gesserit.
Thank
I
you.
was like, it sounds like Jesuit. I know it sounds like Jesuit. I don't know what. Like, okay, the amount of biblical references in this book, in the story.
It's a lot.
Paul. His name is Paul.
Well, that was one of like the main things.
Yeah.
Paul and Luke were both disciples of, Jesus Christ. So they're we're pulling.
I enjoyed the story because it was a heavy world building, and like I've never read the book. I'm probably never going to read the book. But
I am. Jacob's gonna read it.
really,
So
I have the audiobook with my e-library, so I could.
Okay. Pause real quick because I've heard so many mixed reviews about this audiobook. I heard it's a mixture of full cast and single narration. That it's it's like a dramatized narration with music and like sounds and stuff
I
like
love
that for only a few chapters. So it's not the whole book that's like that. It's only certain scenes, which doesn't make sense.
Would that be like his dreams in like the movie?
Maybe.
Maybe we'll read it together.
Maybe we'll read it. We'll see. We'll see.
Review. What if Dune is our drunk review?
Oh, Dune should be our drunk review. We'll save that.
Dune is gonna be our drunk review.
Girl, that's gonna be in February though.
So?
That's fine.
How many books I gotta read before then?
Girl, this whole episode is so good.
Oh my gosh. But so the movie.
I apologize. So who's your favorite character?
I'm gonna have to say Lady Jessica is one of my favorite characters, which I know is weird, but I really enjoyed her like as a character because I just did enjoy her. I enjoyed her and Duncan. Duncan was.
Dude, I liked Duncan.
Hold on, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna grab my charger.
Okay.
Who's your favorite character, Grace?
I was trying to figure that out. So I don't think I have one yet. I want to say it's gonna be Zendaya because she is gonna have that like otherworldly aspect about her. She's gonna know what she's doing. She's not one of those girls that is pampered, you know, and he's the one doing everything. She's in it, and he's the one that's been pampered his entire life, and she's gonna be the one to kick ass. That would have been my favorite guy, but it's not. I want to say it's Stilgar. Is that how you say his name? I want to say it's him for now. I do like him. He's pretty cool, I guess.
Okay, the spitting scene when he like spat and they
When
were
he
all
spit,
like,
I was like, oh.
I was like, okay, when Duke Leto spit,
We read too many. We read too many.
dude, when Duncan Idaho and Duke Leto spit, I was like, have you seen?
We're terrible.
Did you see the I don't remember. It's on TikTok. It was a clip of. It was like a classic 2000s movie.
Yes,
And
I
it was
sent it
him
to you.
spitting
bitch.
on the shoe.
I sent it to you.
Yes, you sent it to me, and it was like
It's
spitting on the
Cadet Kelly. It's that scene in
Yes.
Cadet Kelly where whatever his name is
Yeah.
spits on the boot to get it to shine, and he's basically showing her how to do it. But like the amount of tension in that scene, totally off topic from Dune, but
Never
it
seen
is
that.
what it is.
I don't remember.
They're
that
looking at
all.
each other,
Oh my
and
God.
he just like looks down at the shoe and like spits and kind of like smirks as he's like rubbing the boot.
I would have never gotten.
I was
that.
like,
as a child, I would never have gotten that.
as a child, I'm just like, why is he
Like-
spitting on it?
I'm
And
like,
now
why
as
is
an
he being so
adult, I'm
mean?
just like, oh gosh.
Like I literally as a child, I was like, why is he being so mean? And then now I'm like, so when they spit in Dune, I was just like,
That's too many romance books for us, okay?
bitch, no. Where else am I going
But
to
first of all, Isaac is already like, you know, that's Papi Chulo right there.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Who's Isaac?
Really?
Who's Isaac?
Dude.
Who's Isaac?
Oscar Isaac. Lord Atreides.
Duke Leto?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was so I don't know the actor's name. I know I'm referencing their characters, Grace.
First of all, Isaac, Oscar Isaac, is a specimen.
Dude, wasn't the video of him and somebody else trending on TikTok where it was like he like kissed her arm or something? No.
Yeah.
That was him.
It
Yeah.
was him and shit, what's her name?
It was the redheaded woman.
Yeah. Dang it, I can't remember.
She was in Jurassic Park.
No.
Oh. No, World.
Wrong one.
Maybe.
Girl, this episode is
Off the this needs to be called like off the rails or something. Let me look it up.
you gotta cut this section out.
No, we're not. We're not. I don't want to do that much editing. Jessica.
I call her Jessica Rabbit, even though that's not her name.
Yeah.
And she doesn't look like Jessica Rabbit. She could be, but not the
Yeah.
whole extra. But that's what I call her. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
She is.
I love her hair.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this book because we keep going off topic.
Yeah.
Look, I like the book vibe of it. It felt like a book. I feel like
Yeah.
this would have been better as a TV show.
It honestly probably would have because it would have been better as a TV show because there's so many books that
Or even like a short series, like an 8-episode, hour-long
I don't know.
each episode
Yeah, that's
kind of
true.
thing.
It would have been if it was like 8 episodes an hour long, you could probably get through book 1.
Yeah, that's how I feel like this could have been. I
Because
feel like this
part 2
definitely
is
could have been
pretty
like a book
Part
episode.
2 is pretty no, it's actually pretty big. Maybe part 3 is pretty small.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like everybody getting mad at like why Zendaya only got like you said what? It was like 7 minutes?
Yeah. Part 1 is the biggest part. Like this is part 1, part 2, part 3.
No, it's not that bad.
So yeah. But it was a lot of the story. No, wait. No, that's the appendixes. Oh my gosh. I'm wrong. Hold on, I messed up. There we go. So part 1, part 2, and part 3.
They're
So-
they're not that different in size.
Yeah, not that much.
They're about a third of the book, so it's fine.
617 pages.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
How many minutes did you say Zendaya was in there? Like 7 minutes?
7 minutes total. But like,
okay, but
her
like it was
character's
so
not in
funny.
the first part a lot.
It was so funny that like everybody was like, dude,
Zendaya.
it felt like a perfume commercial. I was dying because
it does. It literally feels like a perfume commercial. She's standing there and the thing is like waving and her like
and the
scarf is
song,
waving in the wind and you're like,
it's just like
Dior.
it's something
It was
because
fucking funny. Like, but like the amount of press that was around it because like everybody was so excited that it was Zendaya was in it. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" And then you realize you're like, "Wait, what the fuck?" You see a total of like 7 minutes.
but like, come on, you gotta. It's like this isn't. She's not the main character.
She's not the main character, and her character isn't in the first part. Like, yeah, you get snippets, but, like,
she is important
Yeah.
because like him
Later
and
in-
you get that vibe from like all the visions that was a point of her story.
Yeah.
You
her
know,
character.
yeah, so I don't, I'm fine with her only having been in that because it made me
Want to see the next
to
one.
see the next one,
Yeah.
to see her, you
And
know?
honestly, if you think about it, it was definitely like, yes, they talked about Zendaya a lot and she was in a lot of the promos and stuff, but like, it's Zendaya. But second of all, it was a lot of like fans who were really excited about Zendaya being in it. And it's like, okay, y'all hyped it up a lot too. Like, don't say they were the ones who just hyped it up. We hyped it up too that it was Zendaya
Yeah.
was going to be in it. But I'm excited. What did you think about the kind of criticisms about the
Okay. Okay, so as someone who has not read the books,
Mhm.
we do not know what is
book
going
is
on
trying
in
to
the
tell
books,
us. Yeah.
nothing. But based on like the just the visuals and all of that stuff. And it is heavy influenced by like British imperialism. I mean, like the whole spice thing and everything, and like the POCs all being the free men and all of that stuff, and people kind of like being upset at that, but then and being upset that it's another dystopian book that it has like that white savior complex written into it. And I'm just like, y'all do remember when this book was written, right?
Yeah.
Y'all do remember this is like pre-Star Wars,
Yeah.
which is already very, very old, and written by a white man. And come on, guys, that's what this dystopian book is. It is basically British imperialism. That's what it is, and it does have that white savior complex, and it fucking sucks. And the fact that Javier was playing what's his last name?
It's 1965. This is copyrighted in 1965. So this is 60 years old. Almost
Yes.
60 years old. 55.
And the fact that a lot of people were mad that Stilgar was played by Javier Bardem, who is a Spanish actor, and the Freemen are inspired by Middle Eastern and Southeast Asian cultures, like in a whole. It's like bunched up in all of them, and inspired by like Muslim kind of practices.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like I could articulate this.
We haven't seen much of the Fremen yet, so we don't really know.
But the parts that we did see, it was just like that's. I didn't like how. I don't know. It just felt icky.
Yeah. So there was one scene where they were like praying and stuff.
Yeah, I was like
looking, and I was like, it's like,
Okay. And then it just kind of like,
Yeah.
it just didn't feel, it felt very like, what the hell are the Atreides doing there? That's
Well,
literally what
I
the
think
thought went through my mind. It was just like,
I
the
think that's
Atreides need to like fucking leave.
like that's the whole point of the Grace and I kind of talked about that's like the whole point of it is like it's a white savior like
Mm-hmm.
storyline. It is if you want to like critique it and like really dive into it, it's showing how like I talked to Grace about this beforehand. In the movie, the Fremen represent like POC as like a collective and kind
Mm-hmm.
of like not generalizing them as like this is like a like POC and like you have white people coming into a planet or and referencing like white people coming into like let's say the Americas or when the British East Indian Company came to India. Like it's white people coming in, stripping resources from the native population there, and then another group of white people coming in as this savior movement, being like, "Hey, we're here to fix everything. We want to make it better for you." After they're the ones who created the problem. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like this thing. Like I'm in an Asian cultures class, so we're talking about this right now, and it's this like thing that has happened throughout history is white people, white men coming in and thinking they are like this messiah, i.e. Paul, coming in and like it's just I see it from like a critical standpoint, but like that's probably not what they wanted, not what Frank Herbert or whatever the fuck his name was thinking. He probably wasn't thinking it of like, oh, this is like a critique on white savior. But like if you really think about it, it definitely like shows you like British imperialism and like the idea that
Oh,
like
it was
heavy. Okay,
heavy.
the fucking bagpipes. When the bagpipes started
I
playing,
was like,
I was like, "What the fuck is?" I was
why?
like, "Are you like even in
I mean, because like, yeah, they might still have like still some human custom, like
yeah
regular earthly customs, seeing as this is the future or something like that, right? But, 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 really, bagpipes? Come on,
dude
come
the
on.
bag when the bagpipes? But I also
It took
noticed
me out. It
when
took me out. I
I don't
looked at my brother, and we were both like side eyeing each other. And we're just like,
dude it
okay,
was so fucking funny because
okay.
he walks out alone and you're just like, "What the fuck is this?" But it like shows you like how white men like visualize themselves. If you think about it, it's a bunch of white men coming off a ship to like native people corralled into an area to watch them come off, and you're like, what the fuck is this
It
shit?
felt so like,
Icky. It was
I was just
so
like,
icky.
no,
And like I think,
no, this is not the vibes.
yeah.
This is not the
Did
vibes.
you notice how when House Atreides was on their home planet, how heavily it was in like the when they were sitting at the table and how I don't know how to say this. It was heavily inspired by like Chinese and Japanese aesthetic, kind of like
Mhm.
how it's like. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, what? I was like,
The
oh,
way that they sleep,
the way
the
that they
bed
sleep. I
maps,
was
the
like,
way that the rooms open up,
yeah, I thought
even
that
to
was
like the training area.
yeah, I thought that was very interesting. I was like, okay. I was like, interesting
Each
how
each planet is a different colony,
yeah, I was like, this
literally,
is literally like they're
literally.
literally colonizing different colonies and integrating themselves into that life of like living how they live. And I was just like, wow, British people.
Sucks. Sucks.
I
I
was like,
love your accent though. Talk to me any day, but just don't give me bullshit. This is not
it's a white
this.
man. He's always gonna give you bullshit. But
Being
like,
honest, yeah.
yeah,
That's what it is. That's
yeah.
what it is.
But like,
Anyway,
I definitely took a critical point, and like, I was like, what is this showing? Like,
it
it made me icky. Like it made me icky. Where I was just like, this is so weird. That
It did. It was just like, oh no. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of like, these like, big movies and things like that. From one point, yeah, I liked the movie. I liked the storyline. It was pretty cool. Um, the way it was going. I did not like a lot of it in the sense of like the beginning of like them getting to the planet and seeing how like the other Freemen are like being treated and how
it
the
was
vibes in the beginning were like, mm,
so awkward.
mm.
And it's like, and
It's just like take away all the CGI, throw on like historical,
red coats.
and it was exactly the same,
It's
exactly the same. And I was like, no,
heavily inspired by British colonization and
imperialism, yeah,
imperialism. And like,
yeah.
I also thought it was so interesting. Like, you see Duke Leto, and he's like, we're gonna make like, we're not gonna just take the resources from the Fremen. We're gonna work with them. And I'm like, you're still going on to their planet and implementing yourself in their society and ruling over them. And he was like, the emperor gave me this planet.
And I was like,
And I was
bruh,
like, bitch, you're
and
missing the whole point.
yeah, and then he was just like, it wasn't given to you, like it belongs to, I forgot what he said, what Stilgar said.
Yeah.
Said like a name or something, which I
Yeah.
assume is like their god.
Yeah.
And he said it like perfectly. He's just like, you take and take, and you don't give anything back to us,
Yeah.
and you expect us to be cool with it, and we're not.
Yeah.
So we don't like you.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
It was cool.
It
I
was
definitely
cool. I liked it.
I liked it. Like,
Felt icky.
but I think that's
Liked it.
I honestly like, I don't know how they could have I don't know how they could have thought, oh, this is okay, without like trying to get that point across. Do you know what I mean?
And now it's like, come on, we could have adapted things better.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you could have. I think what I want to know, like, what the director was really trying to say, and like if he's trying to show like, hey, like, kind of like critique on British imperialism and stuff. I want to know like what his purpose is, because if he's just trying to make a fun movie, you're like,
Mm, 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 mm. Because damn it, Miriam really said it the best. Like Miriam Reed's, she like went to go see this movie,
mhm,
and she went like on this like huge rant about this movie, and like really critiquing it. And I wish I like would have like screen recorded and saved it, because she has so many like good points about it. But it's touching a lot of people, a lot of like Muslim people, a lot of like other Middle Eastern like
yeah,
communities who saw this and were just like, what the fuck.
yeah. Like
And
I
it's
felt
right.
it, like it's they're right. Like it feels
It's right.
icky, and you're like, why did they like? I know I'm trying to justify like them making the movie, but I really want to know, like, what are they trying to say in this movie? Like, what kind of story are they trying to show us? Like I want to know, are you really just trying to make like a movie, and you're like have no idea like the impact that this has? Or is that the point? Like you're trying to show something with this movie?
And then like a whole another part, because I don't know if I've said this right during this episode or like while you and I were talking, but it's also like certain characters not being the Freemen are inspired by like Muslims
Yeah,
and people of that culture
yeah,
and that religion, and then we don't have anybody of that group in the cast,
yeah,
let alone in like that the cast that is basically built exactly for them. We don't
yeah,
have any actors of that descent in there.
yeah. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, you're correct. Like it's another whitewashed movie that is trying to come off as like inclusive when it's one of those movies where like, oh, we're inclusive, like we have people of color, but it's like it's not that you don't have,
But
but
are
it's like
you?
it's like
But you're not.
you don't
Yeah.
have the people of color who you're trying to represent.
Yeah.
You miss
Thank you.
the
That's
mark.
what it is.
It's like you, yes, you have people of color, but it's like, but like you, there are so many people
There's so
there's so
many.
many Muslims who would love to be in this movie, who would have loved to represent themselves. But then it's like also like it's like this is a fucking white ass movie. Like it's so fucking white. If you really think about it, it's about a white savior, a white messiah. And that even whitewashes like Christianity and who Jesus was, because Jesus was not a white man.
No, he was not. Mm-mm.
Sorry to
I
you
will say this
wasps.
as a funny kind of interjection. This movie did have me looking at Timothy in a whole new way.
Oh, dude. Okay, the press release of him like looking at the camera and then winking to a girl. A white man could never do that to me, but Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet is like that skinny white boy that is just like has great bone structure and
Yeah.
those piercing eyes.
His vibe.
But he totally would not go for anything other than like a skinny white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A skinny
Sad.
blonde girl.
Blonde. Yeah.
But like, okay, but him and Zendaya would, I don't, because I love Tom Holland and Zendaya together. They're cute.
Yeah. They're
Which is
cute.
funny
They're adorable.
because there was like a press, it was like a press promotion, and they were in they asked
Oh my gosh,
Zendaya
I saw that.
who her celebrity crush was, and he was like, it's Tom Holland, obviously.
That's what he said.
Yeah, Timothy said that, and I thought
Timothy
that was so
said
cute.
like, oh yeah, who's your, they said like, who's your crush? And Timothy was just like Tom Holland, and then like Zendaya was just like, I don't know, I'll say myself. I was just like, yeah.
But
and Timothy is just like, I'm saying it for both of us.
yeah, but like I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. we went off on a tangent.
We have two sides of a coin.
Yes.
So
So
it's tainted.
I thought of funny. I don't remember. I don't know if you sent me it or it was like a tweet or something, but somebody was like, Dune is just two white people talking politics in the desert. And I was like, literally a mom and her son talking politics in the desert.
With sprinkled clips of Zendaya's Perfume ad.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey.
It's true.
Man.
Oh my god, dude.
It was pretty dope though. I
thought it was interesting, like with the technology that they had as well.
I thought it was pretty cool.
And especially the Fremen.
First of all, those worms, nasty.
I did not think that's what you were gonna say.
Creepy. And you, oh my god, I just thought of something.
What?
That's the Midgard worm.
That's exactly what I thought they looked like.
That is the Midgard worm from Akatar. That's exactly what it is.
Like those worms, like when the worm was just staring at him, I couldn't stop laughing.
Okay.
I couldn't stop laughing
at
that point.
Because okay, so you watched this a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the part where like it's looking at him, right? It's kind of like doing this thing, and it opens up wide, and then like it's tonsils almost.
Yeah, it's like actual
talk.
mouth. Yeah.
Like he says like the worm like does like a like a little right like a little rumble to Timothy. I mean, what's his name? Paul. To Paul. Right? He like the worm recognizes him or like you know, something like that, right? That's what I thought.
I thought he was
when I
talking
rewatched
to the worm.
it. But then somebody else was like, no, that was just the thumper. And I was just like, is it though? Because I don't think so.
The thumper didn't turn on until after
after he did that sound.
After.
Yeah.
And I was like, but dude, I was looking at that and I was like, this is so fucking stupid. I was sitting there and I was like, I
Hey,
can't justify this. I
hey,
can't
you
just
know what I kind of feel like it was? Remember, we don't know nothing about this. So if you know, don't call us stupid. It felt like a puppy.
Yeah.
Felt like a
Dude,
puppy.
he wasn't even scared. He was just looking at that thing. And I'm like, I'd be like Lady Jessica. Lady Jessica was like, Paul, get the fuck over here. Like, what are you
It felt
doing?
like a puppy. It felt like a rabid, angry puppy tracing him, and then him jumping over the fence, and then him just kind of like looking at him. I hope that worm finds his way back to him. And I hope he gives it a name.
Oh my gosh. But like, no, I was just there's so many parts of
There's
this.
so many
There's
things
so many
about this
parts where I
movie.
was just like, oh my god. But okay, when the doctor put in the fake tooth and then Duke Leto was like naked, I was totally expecting a full frontal. I was like, this is HBO Max. I should have gotten a full frontal. Okay, they gave us full frontal in Game of Thrones. But it's
This is in theaters, woman.
I
This is
know,
in theaters.
I
It can't
know.
be that. Come on. Come on. Chill.
Isaac.
Chill. Oh, now you call him Isaac. Okay.
Well, because
Okay.
you were referring to
Okay.
him as Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
I can't say Duke Leto.
Anyways,
I'm conforming
but
to you.
what's his name? That dude, bald-headed, big dude,
Oh yeah,
nasty,
the dude.
creepy, chills. Ugh.
Okay, the fact that he like
Ew.
floats.
And he has that thing down his spine. What
That's
is
like,
that?
that helps him like stand up and like float because I think he's too fat. He's like literally too fat. Where I think he has to, like.
Stop. That's not what it is.
I think it is, or he either like broke his spine or something.
We're
Like,
totally
he's
bullshitting
huge.
this movie.
He's huge. Like if you like how
He's
tall
not that
he
big,
is.
though. He's not that big.
I thought he's like 7 foot. Maybe that's because he's floating, and I think he's so much taller than he actually is.
Because he wasn't walking when he was floating with the rest of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he was still like way taller than them. Even when he was floating, he was still like 10 feet up. It's like, oof.
All I know is there was a lot of Marvel people in this.
Dude. Okay, it's literally like I was literally thinking about this. I was like, this is a Marvel reunion because you got fucking Thanos in there. Like fucking Thanos.
Thanos.
I was like, I like looked at this man. I was like, you don't belong here. Get back in the MCU.
And you have the professor in there, which is
Yeah.
a big bald-headed
I
like
know.
dude. You got Zendaya up in there.
Oh my god.
Come
And
on.
then I was literally like, Marvel Eternals is like a Game of Thrones reunion. Like,
Literally.
but like, it's so funny because I'm going to see Eternals on Friday with my roommate and my best friend.
I'll probably see it this week too.
I got it for like 25% off at like 2:45 p.m. I'm rocking. I don't have classes Friday. Well, I have one class, but that's at like 11 a.m.
I don't know. I'll probably be doing assignments by then. But
Yeah.
it is.
But
This movie is just it's
so back and
cool.
forth.
Like I don't mind watching it over and over again. It's slow.
It's
I don't
slow.
mind rewatching it because world building is my thing, as you guys know.
Yeah, you'll probably have to
But
rewatch it multiple times before
You
see
have
the-
to kind of, and then you have to like literally put your ear up against the speaker because there's so much
Dude.
whispering.
The
In
amount
the
of, like,
theaters when I was watching it, I was just like, what are they saying?
like
all
okay,
I heard was like,
dude, when Lady Jessica was praying and stuff, I like had to look it up because I was like, what the fuck is she saying? And Carly doesn't
Yeah.
watch it with subtitles, so like, thank God I've seen it before. I know they're weird like that.
First of all, let's make this perfectly clear right now. If you don't watch TV or movies with subtitles, you are not welcome within my house.
okay, way to be exclusive.
We are a subtitle family here in my
Yes.
household. In the Martinez household, we are a subtitle household.
Yeah.
In the theaters, we were so irritated.
Well, it was annoying because like they would have subtitles for like when she would use like sign language or they would use another language, but like when they were like talking, even I had to put it up to like 60, 80, and then the next second loud ass bagpipes were playing, and I'm like, dude,
It's all like, you are not afraid.
you are not afraid. Let the fear pass through you. You are not afraid. Let the fear pass through you. Let the fear
It was so bad. It was like like I was so irritated. And then like it was funny because like
the rest of the podcast like this.
girl, this episode is already too crazy as it is.
Dude, this episode is literally off the rails.
I'm so sorry. Okay. But
Dude, to our
we need it.
listeners, if you are still listening right
if
now,
you're still here,
I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know how you're still
if
listening.
you're
to
still here,
us.
you're a real one.
Dude, the title of this episode is gonna be Zendaya's Perfume commercial.
Zenday's perfume ad and ASMR.
Oh my, yes, we're just only gonna be talking like this, but now I'm gonna have to also talk really
We're
loud.
gonna be talking the entire episode exactly like this.
Dude,
It was very interesting. And the fact that when I did actually have to watch it again, dude, my parents were very, very shocked that it was already on HBO because I did not know that it was a dual release.
I think they released it like a day or two later after the release in theaters because it wasn't automatically on HBO when I looked for it. But I still use it.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it.
Dude, we have not had a fun episode like this in a while. We were so professional with all of our authors. We needed like an off the rails episode.
Look, we've had guests after guests after guests
Dude,
for
for
the
like
past
2
like 2 months. So this is me and Maggie getting back to our normal selves.
Yeah.
But I was so happy that it was on HBO Max because I was able to put on subtitles. Like that was like an automatic thing for
Okay.
us. And I was just like, dang, I missed so much the first time.
Dude, like the first time I watched it with subtitles, but like for the first 10 minutes, the audio, whenever you put it on subtitles first, the audio and the visuals weren't linked up. So I had to put it on subtitles plus audio description and then go back to subtitles and it would like refresh it and so it would match up again. But like for a while I know some people have been having that trouble with this movie where the audio and visual wasn't syncing up. So you had to like click a different like type of subtitles and then go back to the original English subtitles for it to match up again.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But
Also, the audio description, I didn't
Mm.
realize that's what it sounds like.
yeah. Well, audio description is very, it's not exactly.
Yeah, I mean they don't really describe it, but they talk about like they said like the mother looks at the son.
In
The
time with the
sun-
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But this movie was definitely an experience.
It was. It was.
It
I
gave
don't
what it needed to give, but
give,
what was given
it-
wasn't what needed to be gave.
Yeah.
Exactly that. That's
It
exactly
literally is
what
that.
it is.
Where it's like there were some good points, but then there was like really icky points where you were like,
Mm,
mm,
mm-mm.
mm-mm,
But then other points where I was just like,
mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
mm,
Okay.
mm, mm.
When Jason Momoa was fighting,
Dude,
dude,
I was so mad that
I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead.
he fulfilled his prophecy.
Yes, but if you think about it, when he went to go see the Reverend Mother, she
Mhm.
asked him, "Do your dreams always does reality always like do your dreams and realities like does it always happen? Whatever you dream, does it always happen?" He said, "No. It follows it, but it doesn't always end up that way." So we saw him collapse. We saw him collapse and fall down, and we saw him, but then it cut out. And we saw in his dreams of them like walking around all the dead people. But I don't think he's dead. Because in his dream, we also saw him with the Fremen.
But that was what
But he did go
girl,
with
he
the
got
Fremen.
sent there before.
I know, but I'm like, I don't think he's dead.
Mm.
You're really gonna have Jason Momoa in a movie franchise and have him only in the first seat? I mean, I could probably read the book and he's in it later.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out in a year. We'll
We'll
read
find
the
out. We'll
We'll
find
find
out. And then that will be our tipsy episode, and it'll just be
That's gonna be a fucking great episode.
more intense than this.
Oh my god.
So
We're gonna
be
have to have
ready.
Carly like start the episode for us.
Be ready.
Yeah. We'll
'Cause
like come
YouTube
on an
will-
hour beforehand and we'll just start drinking together and talking. And then we'll start the episode.
Yeah, I'll have my tequila on deck for us.
I'll have my margarita.
But it'll be fine. It'll be
It'll be
fine.
fine.
So I think this is enough.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut this here.
It's been almost 2 hours. Or yeah. It's been like an hour.
And
And a half.
Maggie doesn't want to cut anything out. So you got all of the
It's literally a shit post episode. Like, let's be honest.
look, our
We don't even know what's happening next week either, so we can't tell you.
we're taking a creative break and we're just seeing what happens.
I
What
mean,
happens
yeah.
will happen. Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining
Yeah. Thank you for coming
and listening.
and listening. And also, we have our stickers. Don't forget. We
Don't
have
forget that.
our
I already
Authtober
feel like
sticker
this is
bundle.
a drunk episode.
This definitely feels like we're drunk, but we're not. We're drunk on life. But we have all of our items up on our shop now. So we have our People We Meet on Vacation sticker, our 2 Kiss Quotient stickers, our Cassian and Castile pins. Those are our hard enamel pins. You can get those and they line up together.
They
We
do line up
also
together.
have our Authtober sticker packet. Our
Hold on, girl. I'm trying to get everything.
Oh.
We got our People We Meet on Vacation sticker,
Yes.
which is my favorite.
I have it on my computer.
Kiss Quotient,
You're
mint
my mint chocolate chip. And then we also have I'd Buy You underwear, which is also our Kiss Quotient.
It's my funny one.
I love that one. That one I think is my favorite we've done.
We have
So our sticker bundle now. So our first item is our Welcome to Kingmakers, which is inspired by Sophie Lark's Kingmaker series. It's the letter that they get when they're invited to the school. The next one is
Isla Bruja, which is a What the Hex inspired sticker from Alexis Daria. I really like this one. I thought it was very cute.
Grace has been getting really good.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. You guys should see the ones I have working on commission.
Oh, they're so good.
And then we have our Ben Alderson.
I'll read it. It says, grief is like a silent assassin lurking in the dark. I can't read the rest, but that's part of it.
In the dark of one's soul, ready to cloak any light in its shadow.
Yeah, so that's from his Lord of Eternal Night series.
Then we have Dating Dr. Dill.
Which is from Dating Dr. Dill.
Dating Dr. Dill.
Oh my god, my
It's
mother.
our I Heart Dr. Dill sticker, which is very, very adorable. Whoa. And then we have Neon Gods.
Yes, this is our mythological fanfic, the Dark Olympus series, which Katie actually said that's basically what Dark Olympus series is mythological fanfic. So that is what we called it. And then we also have our Authtober book stack sticker. So this is all of some of our authors' recent releases and then books of popular books that they have.
Yeah, and that's it. And make sure to go ahead and pick up your packet. It's going to be a very, very cute one. Most likely in the future, we will do events like this, and we'll also do like little merch for it. We thought it would be really cute to start this off.
Probably next time, not as many.
Probably next time, not as many.
Maybe like 1 or 2 items, but yeah.
1 or 2, probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I do want to do a quick note. Remember, people, the holidays are coming up, right? If you are planning on buying books for people, or if you do want books purchased for you, remember that there is a quantity and like manufacturing.
I mean, the Port of
right
Los
now.
Angeles right now is backed
It's terrible.
up.
It's so bad.
Like it's so bad that they're like taking. I've heard that like ships are taking like the week journey to go through the canal to get to Galveston, Texas, because Galveston is empty right now.
Mhm.
And so there is a supply shortage right now. It also has to do with like the microchip shortage, which is causing trucks. If you have a problem with your truck in the microchip, you can't get anything done because they're all through Taiwan, and that's not happening right now. So it's definitely there's a
Yeah.
lot of shortages, which is why I have my like array of books now. But also, if you can, support your local indie bookstores. Um, I definitely try to purchase at least one book a month from them. That's
Yeah.
what I try to do, 1 or 2 books.
And if you are thinking about getting books for someone else and you try to pre-order books as you can and just be patient with authors and with
Be patient
retailers.
with shipping people too. Like, be patient with your mailmen and UPS and Amazon drivers and stuff
Yeah,
because
it's not their fault. It
it
is.
the quantity that they have right now, and they don't have enough people too. So it's definitely like everything's not gonna. You can't get it within the next 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
Amazon has definitely spoiled us with that, but realistically, like 5 to 7 days, even longer, it's gonna take. Because that happened
Yeah.
with me in my bookish box, where it said it would get in last Wednesday, and it got in yesterday.
So
So,
take your
yeah,
just remember it's gonna take some time.
yeah.
Okay. And don't get mad. Just enjoy the waiting game. And yeah, that's my only thing. But yeah, we hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. Happy November.
Yes.
And
2 months left of 2021.
2 months left. I hope you guys are finishing those reading goals.
Yes, I've hit mine, so I don't
I'm
really have to
not.
read anymore.
I don't think I'm gonna read mine.
What's yours?
50.
Dude,
I'm at 45. So we'll see.
you're gonna finish. You're gonna finish. I'm at
Yeah,
164.
we'll see. We'll see.
So
We'll see if I get there. If I do get there, I promise I will. I don't know what I'll do.
you'll let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll do like a.
She's gonna probably
shooting
do like a whole
cover.
video.
Probably.
Well,
And to close off this episode of Dune.
uh, wait, why am I putting this to my ear? Hey, it's almost like the movie. You can barely hear it. Wait, we don't want to get copyrighted.
So, thanks for being here, guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for listening to our Off the Rails. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.